What? So I guess anyway, how's everybody doing over on X? Damn, I hate calling it X. It's called Twitter, damn it. Oh my God. Really? You say I gotta get over here. Hang on. I'm doing something. This is weird as shit. Uh Listen, folks. Say, howdy, Bob. And that's funny. Anyway, all right. So I sat there and said, you gotta go back to the past to come into the present. So we're gonna go there, okay? And I hope that the listeners, our new followers, understand what's actually going on because there's so much daggum stuff. You got you have influencers that sit there and well, Trump done this, Trump done that. All right, so let me just lay us to bed again, okay? Let me lay it to bed for you again. Because I get all these comments. We want the Epstein list. It's not Trump's fault. It's not Pam Bondi's fault. Trump said release the list. Pam Bondi said release the list. Okay. It's you liberal freaking daggum judges from the Obama administration who does not want it to be released. Hello? Do some freaking research, folks. Okay. What's up, Fed Up? Yep. Anyway, but I mean, it's just, I mean, really? But Trump's on the list, right? Anyway, I'm done. This I'm being completely honest. This is the last time I'm talking about this shit. Unless Fed Up's on the list. I think Fed Up may be on the list. I think he could be on the list. I don't know. Yeah, I'm taking a shot at you, bro. But yeah. Hey, Fed Up, delete TikTok, bro. Delete it. I deleted it today. I am no longer on TikTok. Period. Yep. No longer. The best place you can be is do something, bro. And you're doing it. You're living your life. I'm glad you're living your life and y'all are happy, happy, happy. Okay. So yeah, I mean, it's freaking awesome, bro. You're on some list. I'm sure you are, bro. That's funny as all get. Uh, Phillip's he's always comical sometimes. I mean, but I don't get it. You know, Fed Up. Let me ask you this, because that you're in the chat room, Miss Richie. It's go for anybody listening in. How many people keep sitting there saying, "Hey, we want the list"? Why not the list? Well, some people, including one here in the chat room, is going to sit there and say, "Well, because the judges are paid off to not release the list for because Trump's on it." Okay. Mhm. Well, have you a drink there, brother. I'm sure. Hey, have you a good one. Okay. Don't make me have to pull that episode out. Just saying, be nice, okay? Because I will do it, bro. Fed up knows I'll do it just for shits and giggles. Oh my gosh, come on. Who we got up in here? Hang on. I gotta check something, y'all. Y'all, hang on just a second. I'm trying something different here. I mean, it's nothing audio or anything like that. I'm just trying something different. Just seeing where am I at? There I am. Let's go. But I don't know if I am or not. Huh. Anyway, all right. So, anywho, it says that we are, but anyway. He ain't a hero. I never thought I would ever see a list so not disappointed. Fed up, you're on the list, bro. All of you is on the list. You all paid for it. Yeah. I'm just kidding, bro. You know that. So, I just don't understand why now the liberals, they want the list, bro. They want the list. Exactly, Fed up. We all know who's on the list. It's all the corrupt daggum elites and shit, bro. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's nothing new, but I'm tired of talking about it. You know, Ghislaine Maxwell, she's what's happening with her? She's locked up, and all of a sudden they moved her to another prison, and now they got to surround her daggum prison or her cell for 24/7. Well, we know how that shit works, right? Epstein did not kill himself. Just saying. But anywho, alright, so let's go right here. Yep, let's cover the current news. That's what I do. I cover the current news. And if you're not doing the current news, well, okay. That's you, boo boo. Okay. So that's saying what's going on in Washington, D.C. Okay. What's going on? This we ain't gonna play all of it. It's like 4 minutes or something. So yeah.
Are you from the area of DC? Or are you a tourist?
Born and raised.
You're born and raised in DC. Are you here just? Are you working in the area or just tourist right now?
Work not far from here.
Where do you? If you don't have to tell me, but where do you work?
I work at a law firm. A couple.
Oh, so you're an attorney.
No,
You-
but I assist.
Oh, cool. So, what are your thoughts? Today, we're talking about DC crime rates. Is it safe to live in DC? Do you agree with President Trump federalizing for 30 days to sort of stamp down on crime? What are your thoughts?
I agree with it. I was born and raised in the district, and I've never seen the things that I see today with children as young as 3 years old being shot. I mean, where does that, where does that happen? I think it's a bad idea to fear what this president is doing. I mean, he actually lives in the city now. I mean, come on. He would be foolish, I think, to ignore things like that. A child 3 years old being shot, or people being shot on the bus. I mean, that happened in upper Northwest Washington, D.C. So, I mean, yeah, I think I
People
agree.
in Upper Northwest and like the areas, because it's hard finding actual DC residents here in this area.
Mhm.
It's mostly like bureaucrats and whatnot. It's not the
Mhm.
real DC people.
Yeah.
Do they generally support this? Do they feel like they want crime to be under control, or are they against it?
I do. I believe that most people that live here, that work hard every day and have families, they want the crime rate to be brought under control.
All right, so don't tell me where you work at, but anyway, she didn't say where she worked at, but good night, bro. You have a good one. Have a drink for me, brother. Okay. See you later. Hey, enjoy those kids and that family. So, but yeah. So I mean, really, these and this to prove a point. I mean, question everything, right? This is the thing about it. People are so how can I frame this? Um, they just listen to the mainstream media. They don't see actually what's going on. You know, underneath Obama and Biden, your crime rates were very, very high. Okay. What did Trump try to do in his first term? when the summer of love came about because of the 2020 election, they had to have something, false flag. And get ready, folks, because there's going to be another false flag before the midterms. I will tell you that. I don't give any dates, no months, no nothing like that, like a lot of other folks does. There's some guy out there right now saying, hey, there's going to be a false flag tomorrow, August the 15th. Because everybody's going to be sitting there watching Putin and President Trump meeting in Alaska. Okay? And he's sitting there saying, well, Zelensky's going to hit Kyiv. Going to hit Kyiv. Really? Kiev, ever how you say it, shit. Really? Okay. There's going to be, listen, that shit could happen in any other country that it wants to. But as long as it's not happening here in America, personally, I don't care. Okay. What I care about is you, the American citizens. That's what I care about. What's up, OP? Yep. So, yeah. But anyway, all right. So, who does the people trust? Oh, well, I guess this guy.
I think this sort of gives the game away here because Donald Trump is like Air Jordan towering over Joe Biden when it comes to their handling of crime. Look, in 2024, look at where Biden's net approval was on crime. Way underwater there at minus 26 points. It was one of Biden's worst issues. Granted, pretty much every issue was one of Biden's worst issues. And again, look at where Donald Trump is. Way, way, way above Joe Biden. What is that? That's 27 points. So Americans vastly prefer Donald Trump's approach to crime than they did to Joe Biden's. And again, I think it gets back to the point. I think this sort of
So now you have the mainstream media siding with President Trump and the voters. Yeah, he could. That guy could be a comedian. Yeah, he could. So, yeah, it's funny how he says it. You Yankees. Nothing to y'all. I mean, nothing, about that, but it's just funny because, I mean, who doesn't want their states to be safe, their citizens to be safe? It's the liberal government in politics and inside your states. They're all concerned about the illegals. But even though Washington, D.C. is not a state, it's a district. Okay? But Trump tried to do this back in 2020, and the governor's like, no, you don't need to bring National Guards. And like I played the other night. Nancy Pelosi played it again the other night. Oh, it's my fault. Really? Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely your fault, Nancy. No doubt about that one. So, okay. So let's go right here. Let's go to L.A. Let's go back to L.A. Okay. Yeah, let's do it. What you got, Mayor? What you got right there? See this? Hang on, I'll break it down for you in a second.
Not believe that this just happened to be a coincidence.
There is no way this was a coincidence. This was widely publicized that the governor and many of our other elected officials were having a press conference here to talk about redistricting, and they decided they were going to come and thumb their nose in front of the governor's face. Why would you do that? That is unbelievably disrespectful. It's a provocative act. They're talking about disorder in Los Angeles, and they are the source of the disorder in Los Angeles right now. This is just completely unacceptable. This is a administration. This is a Customs and Border Patrol that has gone amok. This absolutely has to stop. There was no danger here. There was no need to detain anyone here. And there was certainly no need to have a provocative act right here where the governor is having a press conference.
I voted for this. I did. I voted for that. Yeah. I think a lot of y'all voted for that as well. I mean, really? Come on. Really? Wow. Crazy people. I think she's hyped up on some cocaine or something. Just saying. I mean, she's been very quiet until, during the wildfire. She's like, "Ooh, what? I don't know what she's talking about turning the water off, but okay. Okay. Dude, I tell you, these people are killing me. They're killing me. But what is she talking about? This is one incident right here. Okay. I voted for this. I'm just saying. Oh, sí, señor. You going back home?
What the fuck is wrong with you? People working! Go arrest fucking criminals! What the fuck are you doing? Come on, talk about this type of work!
Right behind you, brother.
You guys are fucking cowards!
They were.
All of you are fucking cowards!
Well done, gentlemen. Well done.
Greg, Mr. Godino from Fox 11. Can I get a quick comment?
Amy, what's going on here?
How you doing?
Hey,
What happened?
we're here making Los Angeles a safer place. Since we won't have politicians that'll do that, we do that ourselves. So that's what we're here today. As you can see, already making it a safer place. We're glad to be here, not going anywhere.
And the governor's inside right there.
I don't know where he's at.
He's about 100 feet behind us. Do you have any comment from him or anything?
Again,
Any message?
We're making Los Angeles and California a safer place. We're going to continue to do that, and they can take that one to the bank and cash it. Thank you.
Road Tide. I voted for that. I did. I voted for all that. 100%. Yeah, that's exactly right. God bless America. God bless it. Damn Skippy on that one. Oh, hush up over. Let me see. All right, so folks, this is when you know that they are in panic mode. All right, so we're gonna get into the Adam Schiff stuff, the Eric Swalwell stuff. Mr. Fang. And we gotta go back to the past to get to the present of what's going on. And a lot of you that's been listening for years here on this podcast, y'all know this. This is for the new listeners, people who may be on the fences of whatever case may be. We're gonna go there, okay? Yeah, we are. I've been wanting to do this for a while. All right, so hey, Adam, what you got, big boy? What you got? Here we go.
This guy ran on a platform of bringing down the cost of the American people, and he's a failure. He's a failure. Costs continue to rise, but take solace in this. As you, the American people, are paying more and more for your everyday lives. Donald Trump's economy is going great. His personal economy is great. He's building a $200 million ballroom for himself. He just got his third Air Force One. He's making more money for himself and his family than he ever has in his whole life put together. He doesn't give a rat's ass about you. Not in California, not in Texas. He only cares about himself. It is his underlying corruption that is responsible for the reason why you are struggling hard to make a living. And we are going to fight back. We're going to make sure that here in California, your vote matters. If they're going to play with fire, we're going to fight fire with fire. And let me just say this to quote our wonderful governor, Donald Trump, thank you for your attention to this matter.
Okay, Adam. So if you don't realize what he's talking about the redistricting maps and stuff like that. But what was the two states that he mentioned? That's California and Texas, right? Yeah, yeah. Adam done. Yeah. Adam's done. So yeah. Let me hang on just 1 second. Yeah. What's up, RPV? Yes, he is. Yeah. Yep. He's definitely rough. Did I just go out? Wow. Okay. All right. Well, I guess it is. Brett shows up, and then all of a sudden, I just go out. Brett's tapping into to the stream here. I'm just kidding, Brett. But anyway, all right. So what do we have here is failure actually to communicate because he's communicating. Yeah, this is funny.
In the back, yeah, please.
Yes, Mr. President, how were your calls this morning with European leaders, and was it your call not to invite President Zelensky to your meeting with Putin?
No, just the opposite. No. We had a very good call. He was on the call. President Zelensky was on the call. I would rate it a 10, very, very friendly. I know the leaders because I was at NATO, as you know. I took it from 2% to 5%, 2% that wasn't paid, 5% that is paid, which is trillions of dollars in defense capability. No, it was always going to be, I was going to meet with President Putin, and then after that, I'm going to call the leaders and President Zelensky. I'm going to call President Zelensky, and then I'll call probably in that order the leaders. There's a very good chance that we're going to have a second meeting, which will be more productive than the first, because the first is I'm going to find out where we are and what we're doing. Again, this is Biden's war. This isn't my war. He got us into this thing, and it should have never happened. This war would have never happened if I were president. But it is what it is, and I'm here to fix it, and I'm here to stop 6,000, 7,000 people last week. 7,213 people last week were killed, mostly soldiers. But missiles being lobbed into towns don't exactly help either, but mostly soldiers. And Ukrainian and Russian, they're not American soldiers, but if we can save a lot of lives, it would be a great thing. I've stopped 5 wars in the last 6 months. And on top of that, we wiped out the nuclear capability of Iran, obliterated it. It's turned out to be a correct word, by the way, because some of the press said, well, maybe it wasn't obliteration. It was obliteration. And we're going to meet with, I would say, the second meeting. If the first one goes okay, we'll have a quick second one. I would like to do it almost immediately. And we'll have a quick second meeting between President Putin and President Zelensky and myself, if they'd like to have me there. And that would be a meeting where maybe it could be absolutely work. But the first meeting will not work that out. Certain great things can be gained in the first. It's going to be a very important meeting. But it's setting the table for the second meeting. I think the second meeting, if the second meeting takes place. Now, there may be no second meeting, because if I feel that it's not appropriate to have it because I didn't get the answers that we have to have, then we're not going to have a second meeting.
Well, there you have it. So President Putin has just landed in not Australia, but Alaska. He sure has. So, anywho, whatever comes out with this, folks, out of this is whatever it's going to come out. I mean, it's not Trump's war. It's not our war. But everything ties back to two things in one place. You may be asking, what? Let's go. All right, so it goes back to CloudStrike, and it goes back to Ukraine. I said, one place, two things: Cloud Strike and Ukraine. Yep, Ukraine. What? Really? Well, who's been pushing the narrative for Russia? Who was pushing it? All of them. Every damn one of them. Who's the biggest instigators? Adam Schiff, Eric Swalwell. Yep. Okay. But who were the main leaders of that? You got Obama, you got James Clapper, John Brennan, Susan Rice, Samantha Powers, Victoria Nuland. If you don't know who Victoria Nuland is, well, guess what? She was in charge of during the Obama administration and the Biden administration of Ukraine. So basically, she was the president of Ukraine. Just hypothetical there. Just saying. Yep. All right. So everybody wants you to focus on Russia. They don't want you to focus on Ukraine. Because that's where the money laundering goes, folks. The money laundering goes to Ukraine. Mm-hmm. That's how they get rich, as far as your elites. Yep, that's facts. If you haven't been covering this stuff for the last 10 years, then I guess you're just a little bit late. Maybe you're waking up, whatever the case may be, but that's the facts, okay? All right, so what's Adam Schiff doing now? You know, the other night, I think it was Monday or Tuesday night, I took off last night because my wife needed me to be with her and stuff. So that's what I done. Because I'm a good husband, no doubt. Actually, I'm a great husband, to be honest with you. But anyway, now Adam Schiff's like, you know, I'm going to post this up right here. I ain't going to read it. Y'all can read it. Anyway, so I posted this up the other night, and Adam Schiff is now going, well, I'm covered underneath the debate clause. Really? No, big boy, you're not. Nah. You're not. So, anywho, what else happened? Teamsters. Politician arm breaks with decades of tradition. Funnels nearly 70,000 to the Republicans in the second straight election cycle after years of funding Democrats only. Yeah. Has nothing to do with Adam Schiff or any of that, but it's facts. I mean, really? Oh my God. The Democrats, they're done. They are completely done. Wow, sir. Yeah, exactly. No doubt. All right, so here we go. President Trump's effort to make D.C. safe again already yielding results. 45 individuals arrested for wide range of crimes, 29 illegals removed. Oh, but you heard the lady that we played the video of earlier that works for a law firm. Yeah, we need this, we need that. Because, the crime is bad. But is the mainstream media literally, are they talking about this? With Joe Scarborough, right, Morning Joe. I'm just going to say Morning Joe. He was talking about it the other day. On Tuesday, when I done the opening, you heard Joe, Morning Joe. Yeah, we want to walk safe. Well, Joe, listen, bro. Anyone who thinks that Morning Joe and Mika is there in Washington or in New York, they're not, folks. They're not. They're sunning it up down there in good old Guess where? Florida. Yep, that's exactly right. A lot of these people, they've moved to Florida. Why? Because it's free. It's free. You ain't got no taxes on your food. You ain't got no land taxes. Really? It's a freaking no-brainer. But what broke them was the COVID deal. The COVID. Okay? So, yeah, I mean, come on, man. Really? But this is what this country's gonna look like. Yep. Yep, it's gonna be red. It's gonna be redder than that right there, folks. I'm sorry I didn't edit that very well, but yeah, the midterms, it's gonna be redder than that. Just telling you, get your asses out there and vote. Just saying. All right, so let's see. Oh, Cash Patel uncovers bombed Obama deputy AG Sally Yates email ordering FBI agents to shut it down. Clinton Foundation. Shut it down. Don't you dare talk about that. That's when James Comey came in. Well, she was negative. Yeah, she didn't know what she was doing. Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's go here. 2016. Someone conned to President Trump, and I'll get to that momentarily. But anyway, what happened? He was being spied upon. As soon as Mike Flynn was questioned by the FBI, Mike Pence said, "Whoa, man, you got to go, man. You lied. You lied." James Comey, y'all seen the videos. James Comey sat there and said, "Well, I knew I could get away with it." But who was the mastermind? They never thought that she would lose. They wanted 8 years of Obama and 16 years of Hillary Clinton. And listen, y'all, I'm not going off the cue board. I'm just speaking how I've seen it. The research that I've done and stuff like that. I'm just speaking truth to you. Obama sat there and said, "Hey, we got to do something. Make it legal, but we got to do something." Who was his right hand man? That was James Clapper. They had a press briefing that they done every day, but on a certain day, they decided, "Hey, we're not going to do that press briefing," because they had to get all this negative Russiagate propaganda. A lot of y'all fell for the propaganda. A lot of you did. I know several people who has done it, who fell for it and stuff like that. So they had to get to the mainstream media, which the mainstream media is at fault as well for spreading disinformation and the propaganda on you, the people. And if you haven't been paying attention for years, I mean, they're still doing it. Of course they are. And they probably will continue to do it. I'm not naive or anything like that. You just got to watch out what's going on. But James Clapper was the guy. He's like, "Nope, we got to come up with this. We got to come up with a Steele dossier," which Clinton paid for it. Hillary Clinton, she paid for it. Obama was like, "Yep, let's run with that, dudes." You know what I'm saying? Let's run with that. And it's been continuing on. And that's where all this Russiagate is still. That's why the mainstream media keeps sitting there saying Russia, Russia, Russia. But Trump's been proven right. Okay? He's like, this is the wildest thing that gets me is a lot of the people back in the day is like, "Man, talking to me, man, you just a conspiracy theorist." For all these years, just because I'm not a big news organization, whatever case, I've been called a conspiracy theorist. And guess what's happened? Just cause the big time media is talking about it now. Oh, dude, man, you was 100% correct, bro. Really? It doesn't. It's not. All it takes is some research. That's all it takes. It takes knowing what went down from the get go. As soon as he came down that escalator in 2015, that's when it started. But you had James Clapper. Then you had John Brennan. And they all sat there and testified to the fact we was just doing what we was told to do. That's what they were told to do by who? Barack Obama. That's exactly what they've done. Yeah. Well, see, yeah, they're not going to exist. I mean, I've covered this several times. As far as they let the Democratic Party go to the liberals. That's what they've done. And they're toast. They are toast. This is our country for people to raise their kids and to raise their grandkids for at least through, I'm going to say 2032, if not further than that. I mean, this is big, folks. I mean, this is the awakening as far as just wake up, see what's going on, be involved. People who sit there and they want to talk behind the screen, they don't get involved. They just yell and shout. I mean, look at how the liberals are doing right now. They are melting down, folks, melting down because they know that. Well, they think that they're done, which they are done, but it's like life's not going to exist until Trump's gone. Because they have Trump derangement syndrome. Well, I know some Republicans or conservatives that have Trump derangement syndrome. I mean, really? How can that even be possible? But it is possible. I know some of them. It's just crazy, man. It's crazy time. It's crazy time to be alive, and I'm glad I'm a part of it and stuff like that. So, yeah, I mean, it's just wow. It's just something else. It's just wow, dude. And I'm loving it because, like I said, you got people coming up, man, you're just right, dude. You're just right. It's not about being right. It's about knowing what's going on, knowing exactly what's going on. So, anyway, Rob. Oh, Comey's media, Bo, told the FBI he shaped Russian narrative. Needed discount to deny leaking intel. Mm-hmm. Well, there's James Comey. Is anybody going to go to jail? I don't know, folks. That's above my pay grade. That's up to the DOJ. Oh, hey, did y'all see the video of someone throwing? Hang on. I got to try to be funny here. Oscar Mayer Ding Dong sub sandwich on a federal agent the other day. Well, guess what, folks? What the mainstream media is not telling you, that the guy who done that was actually, and he got arrested and he got charged as well. He was actually a DOJ lawyer. The mainstream media wants to leave that out. Yeah, he was a DOJ lawyer. Yeah. So yeah. That's funny. So yeah, it is what it is. Oh, come on. I don't need all that dingy on my computer. But anyway. Anywho, Rob. All right, so let's go right here. Oh, did y'all know that this guy right here, the FBI lawyer, He was looking at 5 to 8 years because he pleaded guilty. Okay. This is one that done the FISA application. Yeah. He doctored it. Who was the judge? Well, it was that Boeing guy, whatever case may be, that's trying to tell Trump to turn around the plane. You can't send these people back to the countries that they lived in and stuff like that. Yeah. He's not serving any time. All he's doing is, guess what? Probation. Yep. Probation. That's exactly right. Okay. But okay, all right. So let's go here. How did all of this begin? Where did the money come from? Where did it come from? It came from you, the taxpayers. That's where it came from. The Steele dossier, all that. Yeah, that was written by I forget the guy's name, but anyway, the British guy. But anyway, so all that stuff was already prepared up, ready to go. Who gave the okay? Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama and James Clapper. Oh, John Brennan. Yeah. That's who it was. Yeah. But where did the money come from? Straight from you, the taxpayer money. George Soros filtered it all. USAID gave $270 million to George Soros, but it only needed $9 million. Yeah. Oh, wow. I'm so glad that USAID is shut down now. Yeah. I'm loving it. I am. I'm loving it because they have nowhere else to launder their money other than ActBlue. Don't forget about ActBlue because that was a part of the USAID. Okay. Oh, who's under investigation now? Oh, ActBlue is. Yeah. See, there's a lot of investigations going on and stuff like that. So yeah. Okay. Okie dokie. Yeah. But nothing to see here, right? Nothing to see here. All right, so who was the person who tipped off then elected President-elect Donald J. Trump? Who was it? Who was it? And I would love to talk to this man. I would love to talk to this man. It was this guy right here. Retired Admiral Mike Rogers. Mm-hmm. That was him. He's the one that told Trump, hey, you're being spied on. That's when Trump came on to Fox News and CNN. Well, I'm being spied on. I'm being wiretapped and all that stuff. I've covered it here on the podcast, folks. So I have years ago. And people's like, man, you sound like Trump, man. You crazy. No, it is. Mike Rogers. Yeah. He's the one that let the cat out of the bag. So, yeah. But as soon as that happened, that's when Mike Flynn got screwed. Trump was impeached twice over the perfect phone call. What did he mention, folks? What did Trump? Y'all can go read it. The perfect phone call list between him and Zelensky. He mentioned a certain thing, CloudStrike. That's a big old server, folks. All the information from the United States elections. Wow. He goes, and I remember listening to that phone call. Well, I heard that you had corruption in your country. He said, yes, Mr. President. Yes, I do. He said, yeah, we're doing the same thing here. what are you doing about it? He said, we're taking care of it. That's when Zelensky, he was taking his people out far as, you know what I'm saying when I say taking his people out. Yeah, that kind of way of taking out. Would you have do you have CrowdStrike over there? Here you go. Yes, Mr. President, we do. Who else was the other person? Alexander Vindman, a Ukrainian. Yeah, born and raised, served in our military, sitting there, told President Trump, hey, this is what you need to see. This is what you need to say. You read it, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. So during the impeachment, I think it was the second impeachment, they got all these people up there, and everything was just a forest. It was a nothing burger. It was all just because Obama did not want Trump as president, because Trump exposed Obama not being born here in the United States of America. Point blank. You can go look it up, folks. I ain't got no more time for that shit. It is what it is. That's how you went from the past to the present. And look what's going on right now. Do not let anyone, if they don't show you any kind of proof of what I just showed you, don't listen to them. You need to turn them off. As far as when I say you're big influencers, I'm talking about kind of like Alex Jones, Orange Warriors, InfoWars, and stuff like that, folks. They've done a freaking daggum 360 along with some other folks. It's just attacking Trump and you Trump supporters. Okay. That's what they're doing because they have no leg to stand on, because they're trying to gain back the people that they've gained, and people just leaving left and right. And yeah, I mean, it is what it is, and it's a dog eat dog world. And yep, dude, I tell you, I feel so good. I do. I feel so good because, like I said, I've been fighting this battle along with President Trump, and I'm not going to turn on Trump. I don't worship him as a savior or anything like that. I like his politics as far as his agenda. That's what I like about him. And if anything was to come up, you show me proof, then we can talk about it. Then maybe you can change my mind. But other than that, you ain't going to change my mind. Everybody's doing better underneath this president. Y'all done better underneath him in the first term. Let it ride, man. Look at you. Look at the stock market and stuff like that. Doing great. It's Jerome Powell who is saying, hey, man, we got to sit there. We got to take these numbers down far as we got to make it tick down. Dude, we're already over 300 billion since he came into office. September is projected to be a freaking daggum awesome month. We're just quite a few days away from there, but if we continue this path, due to the numbers, if we continue this path with the tariffs coming in, don't listen to anybody sitting there saying, hey, the tariffs suck. We ain't making that. We're not getting this kind of money. That's bullshit. Okay, it's bullshit. If we continue this path, by 2032, the deficit will be completely paid off. Completely. Yeah. Look it up, folks.